Captain America: Civil War has been one of the year's most impressive superhero movies. The Marvel flick was much more warmly received than rival DC's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. No offense, DC fans. The film was a superhero extravaganza that served as a point of convergence as far as the previous movies of the saga were concerned. However, to many fans who went by the comics, the movie was rather short in the number of heroes and villains supporting Team Cap and Team Stark. However, movie and comics differ vastly in scale and dimension, especially from the perspective of budget, VFX, range of audience, and most importantly, the duration. So let's take a moment to appreciate the brainstorming works of the screenwriters for the movie. And again, the notions regarding movie adaptations may change with the release of The Avengers: Infinity War. Take a look at its IMDb page and you'll be able to measure the magnitude of such a movie in terms of the cast. Keeping all of the hype aside, let's look at the 19 errors that we were able to spot that probably skipped through the eyes of assistant directors and continuity crew of Captain America: Civil War. Mistake 1. Let's start off with a spelling mistake. Not that we're grammar Nazis of that sort, but how could the application programmers of such a highly sophisticated, remote-controlled, and IoT application framework get the spelling for application wrong? Mistake 2. The history aficionados probably noticed this, as per the time portrayed in the scene, which is December 16, 1991, was actually the last few days of the USSR in existence, so shouldn't the soldier's sleeve show a sickle and hammer on the patch? Mistake 3. Notice that taxi-like car in the background? Well, it somehow seems to vanish in the following frames.
Fire in the hole.
Mistake 4. Now, since when did folks begin incorporating grenades with a ticking mechanism? Every baseline weapons enthusiast would agree that grenades are triggered by chemical reaction. Number 5. The positioning of the guitar in this scene and recurring frames seem to be absurd, but we too are not certain if this is a mistake, given the power of the Scarlet Witch to move objects. But why would she do it in this context? Was it some sort of message to the captain? Mistake 6. Wow, is Tony Stark breaking in and out of relationships while his team is being briefed? What else could one infer from the random disappearance and reappearance of the ring on Iron Man's finger? Mistake 7. Notice when the water begins spilling out, the soldier's mouth and nose are clearly above the water surface. Given Zemo just chooses to walk away the next second, how has the man's head submerged? Mistake 8. Notice the vestments being worn by the priest? Well, they clearly do not seem to represent an Anglican service, but the flag in turn represents American Protestant denominations. Did the visual crew try to imply an attempt to have the sects of Christianity unified? Mistake 9. It looks pretty sunny in Vienna, doesn't it? Look at all the shadows. But hey, it could also be a sunny yet not so hot day for that matter. Meanwhile, look at Serbia. It ought to have the same climate, or at least show an influence of Vienna's climate. Well, we guess superheroes could defy seasons as well. Mistake 10. Well, our previous suggestion about the abrupt climate change could be attributed in this scene too. Notice how fast the sun is moved by the time Becky lands on the building? Well, I must say, this could be the invisible hands of Doctor Strange. Hope all die-hard Marvel fans are satisfied. Mistake 11. This is probably one of the most revealing of all errors in the movie. Where did the backpack go while Bucky is in the air? And the fight that follows with the Black Panther 2 has a quickly noticeable error. Mistake 12. There. Looking at the claw marks, they disappear as you can see. Was that a directional error, or was Magneto around? Mistake 13. And you see Tony Stark turning the knob horizontal, but somehow the latch has returned to the unlocked position. Now, has Aunt May installed a mechanism to keep the little Spidey from doing any mischief while in the confines of his supposed private life? Has she mistaken those web remains with, well, you know what. Mistake 14. Hey, Spidey's spectacular entrance has masked this tiny little flaw. Where is the web on Captain's shield? To counter the question, we must assume the shield has been shielded with a very advanced form of non-stick paint. Way advanced than in pots and pans. Mistake 15. You probably missed to notice an error due to the spectacular single-handed bike flip that Bucky implements. But as much as Bucky changes the direction of the bike, so did the color of the silver car that was alongside the bike. How did it turn black all of a sudden? Mistake 16. We do agree that Black Widow is pretty fast in her moves, but how could she possibly have the time to switch from heeled to flat-footed shoes whilst keeping up with the fight? Going by the errors, this is one aspect she shares with Tony Stark. Mistake 17. Alright, Team Cap gets ready to run. Notice the respective position of Cap's aides when they join him is ordered. Wait, what? How were they able to switch position at Vision's encounter? Was this a strategic move? Mistake 18. In this nail-biting scene, Iron Man manages to rip off Bucky's controlling arm, but then one would be sure that an arm as strong as Bucky's wouldn't disintegrate or vanish into thin air. But then, where did it go? Mistake number 19. Wait a minute, the best part of conversing in a chilly weather as the one shown here is to notice the warm breath turn smoky, but apparently our stars have managed to find a way out of it. Folks, that's all the errors our perfectionist eyes could scoop out. Let us know in the comments if you spotted more. Until the next video, we leave the floor open to you.